I got some money on
Welcome
USC.
to
I thought that was a pick six.
welcome to episode 17 of the Bias Bettors podcast. As always, our goal is to make you the most money. This collective of six of the greatest gambling minds join you live from across the nation, and we're going to jump right in this week with who's hot. Wankerman, I got to give it to you. Your boy's front and center on the slide. What do you got for me, Wank?
Part of me loves it, part of me hates it, but he's 10-0 in pointless bowl games. We just cannot lose. Give us a dog shit team like New Mexico. We'll beat him by 3. PJ Fleck, he just keeps hanging on to his job. I fucking hate it.
Didn't they just give him like a lifetime contract similar to Bill Self at Canada? As long as he wants to be there, he's there.
Basically, there was rumors he was going to go to Arkansas this year, but they're not dumb enough to hire him. I've said it for the whole year. He's Kirk Ferentz 2.0, not the same guy. Kirk Ferentz is more of the coach I like. He's just gonna go 8-6 for 20 years straight and be mediocre.
And then the granddaddy of them all, the Pop Tarts Bowl. Dudley, Big 12 wins it once again. Anything you got to say about BYU?
Uh, they could have won by a whole lot more. They looked okay. Big win for the crumble cookie guy. We were about 3, 4 weeks ago. We thought BYU was going to be dead in the water with no coach, and now it's Iowa State. So, well, good for BYU. Win that national championship game.
Duds, you're down on Jimmy Rogers?
I, I might have to play for Jimmy Rogers. AG was on the Peloton to get in shape. He just got off the phone with him. He might have to play linebacker.
I did think there's gonna be plenty of transfers. I did not think there's gonna be this many.
I think they're all going to Iowa. They're all going to Penn State, which is going to leave they have the easiest schedule ever. So it's going to be like one of two things are going to happen. They're going to go 8-4 with all these Iowa State guys, and it's going to be hilarious because Penn State's going to want to can Campbell, or they're going to go 11-1, make the playoff with a bunch of Iowa State guys, and then it's just going to rub into everybody's face how terrible the Big Ten is.
How many of those 30 guys actually play? Like 15 of them, 10
that are transferring?
Yeah.
Iowa State's whole 1 and 2 deep are gone. Actually, they had a backup D tackle today, so that he was coming back.
There we go. That's good.
I gotta get a charger.
Back to the Pop Tarts Bowl because we want to talk about what our following is concerned with. Last year, the Pop Tarts Bowl will not be part of the college football playoff, part of the semifinals, I believe. The Pop Tarts Bowl is just an absolute draw down in Orlando. BYU gets a huge win, and then as Winkleman said, PJ Fleck, I think he actually is 7-0, and
is PJ Fleck 7-0, Minnesota 10-0.
Yeah, 10 straight bowl wins. They were playing a road game. You got to give it to them. The Lobos traveled one state over.
Who's their last bowl loss?
20.
Was it Iowa State in 09?
Who was the coach right before PJ? Was it Kill?
Seizure Boy?
It wasn't Jerry Kill. He might be dead. It was Tracy Plays.
Jerry Kill has gotten way too many mentions on this podcast through 17 episodes. And then that takes us into Who's Cold. I'll start it, then I'm going to hand it over to AG. The Bucknell Bison. AG was there. I just got to say this, and I'm gonna show a couple pictures to our YouTube following. The Bucknell Bison have had a fall from grace in their basketball glory. 20 years ago, last year, March of 2005, the Bucknell Bison as a 14 seed took down the mighty Kansas Jayhawks as a 3 seed. That's still, when I think Bucknell Bison, that's what comes to my head. What you saw in person, AG, had to be a far cry from that type of squad.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a pretty rough game. I don't know. We had been out on the town before the game, so the most memorable part was the kids freaking out once the Hawkeyes scored 6-7. So that was about it.
That is horrible.
Anyways,
I do remember that Bucknell game though. Crazy.
Oh, I I loved Bucknell. I thought they were great. I saw them on Iowa's schedule this year in Des Moines. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I watched the game, and holy cow, they just got absolutely boat raised off the court.
Work.
And then the middle one, AG, you got to take the middle picture. Please tell our YouTube following who that even is and why he made the Who's Cold slide.
I don't know his name, but it was the Rams special team coordinator who they absolutely canned, and then they actually blocked a field goal last night. So
I thought it was Fisky for a second.
He he
that
got
guy's done as
canned.
much as Fisk this season.
He got canned after the Seahawks game, correct? After that Thursday
Yeah.
night debacle. All right. And then Winkleman, you got to wear this one. I've got the Montana Grizzlies on the right here. What do you got to say for yourself?
That was one play changed that game. It was all Montana. Well, let me rephrase that. All the momentum was Montana. Third and like 25, and it was a 90 something yard touchdown. And that just changed the trajectory of the game because that's a punt out of your end zone, and Montana scores probably again, and then it's a completely different ballgame. One play changed that whole game. It doesn't seem like it, but it's 100% true. And that, yeah, God, I wailed it, and that was one of my very few whale losses of the year.
So Winkleman and Dudley both claimed they had not seen much of this slideshow coming into tonight, which I thought was great because I've got a few zingers for each of them. That was one of yours, Winkleman. You've got to answer for that terrible bet on Montana. And then Dudley, we already got into it a little bit, but everything on my social media is just post after post. Iowa State guys leaving and entering the portal. Give us an update on the Iowa State football program.
I was rigging the doomsday when this all started. The OGs know, and then I had false hope for about a day and a half. And yeah, no, this is awful. I don't know though. It sounds like we're just going to get a bunch of 3 stars from Washington State, which is basically what we've always done. And
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
there's just
don't know.
four white guys on the screen. What the fuck's the matter with that?
They were the
They're gonna go to the
exciting
Big
ones.
Ten and go fucking 500. Who cares?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm
I
on a
don't know. Who
walk.
knows?
I'm on a walk this morning with Hannah, and I said, have you been paying attention to this Iowa State stuff? They only have 16 players on their team. And
Well,
she goes, so that's not a big deal. How many do they need? I go, like 70?
100.
16
goes-
on
100.
the first string offense.
I go, they need like 70. And she goes, oh, you're talking about their football team. I thought you were talking about their basketball team. I go, yeah, their football team, a D1 football team has 16 players right now.
It's
That's
more
it?
like 25.
Yeah.
That number's blown way out of proportion, but still.
Also, who's this number 7 transferring? A backup quarterback, or is that Rock?
He was going to be the guy.
Is
He's
that
a
the
what?
kid from
Is he a
Iowa, the
4-star?
freshman?
Yeah. Yeah, he was the 4-star from Iowa that won the Elite 11, and he's like a top 10 ranked quarterback in the portal right now and didn't even see the field at Iowa State.
For where did he come out of Iowa? What high school?
Algona.
Oh yeah, Sam.
Went to prom with Audie Crooks.
Shout
Southeast
out,
Polk.
shout out, Sam Lips.
Shout
Oh, the
out
Southeast-
Slippy.
Rip.
All right, moving out of who's cold. Thank you for the update, Dudley. We don't mean to dog on you, but Iowa State, Jimmy Rogers. I'm going to give him 2 full years. By year 3, he's got to have that program back built up. It's looking like it's going to be an uphill climb here in year 1.
Give me Jeff Monken. I want Jeff Monken.
I did do a little research. The last bowl loss for the Golden Gophers was the 2014 Citrus Bowl, which is actually now the Pop-Tarts Bowl. And Jerry Kill was the coach. They lost to
Yeah.
Missouri.
And he's basically dead. So yeah.
The next year he did die on the field because Tracy Clays takes over the next year.
A dead Jerry Kill would have been a better coach.
You guys want a Jerry Kill joke?
Yes.
It's late enough. You guys know how to get a big load of laundry done? Put all your clothes in the pool and push Jerry Kill in.
Oh, that's so bad. Take him straight from the
Are you
sideline and put
Clip
him
serious?
in
it,
the
clip it,
pool.
New Mexico State fans. I dare you.
One of these
Vanderbilt. It's
weeks,
Vanderbilt hate week.
we're going to do a little bias better special. We're going to take some of the worst takes we've had thus far through, 17, 18 episodes and call people out on their terrible takes. Hand up. I had a terrible take back in the day. We had classmates at Woodbury Central, two O linemen looking to play D1 Big Ten football. I remember telling my mom, I think they should go play for Jerry Kill in Minnesota. He's got that program on the up and up. And holy cow,
Jeez.
3 seizures later, I was solely wrong on that. And now, you've got PJ Fleck winning 7.5 games every single year.
Hmm.
Moving into the college football playoff, Dudley is one of our best college football meatheads. He was not on last time we talked about this. Round one, other than maybe Alabama with a comeback win and definitely Miami going to College Station and winning, basically chalk round one. Round two, I like this graphic. We've got not only the matchup, but where the game is and what bowl game it's going to be. We'll get to matchup of the week next, which is Oregon, Texas Tech. I wanted to get Winkleman's thoughts to start on tomorrow night's game, Ohio State, Miami.
I think I think the public, and just because Miami played and beat Texas A&M, not that they looked impressive, they're going to give Texas or Miami a little more credit, but I think Ohio State just you give Ryan Day, great coach, and that defense more time. I think they just beat them by 15. I'm pretty confident on it. I don't know what is the line on the game. Anybody know?
9.5 right now.
Yeah, I would bet Ohio State 9.5. I just don't see how Miami keeps it close.
Dudley, you've been following the SEC a little bit more than most of us. Any thoughts on either Bama, IU in the Rose Bowl or Old Miss, Georgia on New
Uh
Year's night in the Sugar Bowl?
Ole Miss, Georgia wise, I like Georgia quite a bit. You kind of got to see once that game got going against Tulane, they kind of hit a bit of a brick wall where it was they were off the scripted stuff, and it was time to see what could Charlie Weiss Jr. kind of come up with on the fly, and it did not look super impressive. They were able to kind of put up a lot of points late, which is nice. I think Georgia's probably going to be able to get a name your score type of game. I don't see that being a game in the fourth quarter. It does sound like Lane Kiffin will be in the stadium with the governor of Georgia, and they're going to have basically the heaviest security presence known to man, more than when Trump goes golfing.
What is the line on that one?
That is
It's
6.5 to the Dogs.
6 or 7.
Oh, dogs.
Well, Indiana's a 7-point favorite. I mean, I know Bama is a little bit
Ooh,
on the ropes, but I feel like seven's a lot of points in that game.
I like Indiana. Like if I look at the game, I liked Indiana like 3.5 was the line I had in my
The,
head.
in the Rose Bowl, you're under the bright lights. I mean, it got Oregon last year. The Rose Bowl is a different beast.
Well,
And
did you hear Ty Simpson?
what's going on with him?
Ty Simpson says Alabama is battling against all odds. They were counted out
There's no bigger underdog story than Alabama football.
than Alabama football.
I
Yep.
can get. They're going to have to take down the big, huge program that is Indiana football, and that will be fun to see. I
Yeah,
do.
that's
I did pick Alabama money line against Indiana. You got that one win under your belt. Came back against Oklahoma and Norman. Basically, as long as Alabama can somewhat act like they could run the football, I think they can move the ball okay. And then you just got to hope that the old sphincters on Indiana get a little tight if they end up getting down at some point. But we'll see what
that's a
happens.
that's a good value play, I think, for sure. If it's 7.5, I would
But
take.
it seems like such an easy value play. I would bet Indiana, but it's too late. I bet Alabama.
The interesting thing, I'm just looking. Ohio State opened at 9.5. It's still at 9.5. Georgia opened at 6.5. It's still there. Indiana opened at 7. It's still there. the Oregon Texas Tech game, which we'll get into in a minute, has moved a point, but basically all of them, what they opened at, Vegas had them pegged great. Do you guys have any interest if Ohio State and Georgia both win like they should? Does that matchup intrigue you guys at all? Because honestly, that's in my backyard, and that's like the last thing I would go to is a freaking Ohio State Georgia game. That's just garbage.
Like, would I go to it? No. Do I think it'd be a good game? Yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
probably your national championship game.
Yeah, I would agree.
that side does feel stronger. Um, any thoughts from you, AG? Oh, I can see you're talking, but I can't hear you.
Are any of the teams that had a bye gonna have a little hangover? I know last year they did, but that was because it was Boise State and Arizona State or whatever. But I don't know that I could see maybe Indiana coming out flat. Same with Texas Tech, and then I think the bottom two are pretty well solidified with Ohio State and Georgia. I think they'll be able to win.
I'm worried about Indiana coming out flat. I like DeBoer too. I mean, Alabama football is not something you ever want to cheer for, but I wouldn't be mad if he keeps winning. I like him.
What?
Which takes us into the matchup of the week. The Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Oregon Ducks. It's going to be tomorrow night, Wednesday night, New Year's Eve. Excuse me. This one's actually right away on Thursday morning, correct? Or did I have
Yes.
these mixed up? This one's Thursday
Yeah.
morning, New Year's Day, out in Miami in the Orange Bowl. Let's start with Dudley. Dudley, you've been following Texas Tech all year. What do you see happening in this game?
You know,
Catch it.
he got it. I was thinking about this today. Imagine 5 years ago, I tell you guys, Texas Tech and Oregon are going to play in a playoff game. Probably not like the most shocking thing ever, but now imagine if I tell you that thing is 100% going to be a rock fight. You'd be stunned. You'd be thinking, oh, this is going to be a 50 to 55 game. But no, it's going to be race to 24. Whoever gets to 24, I think, wins the game. I think for Texas Tech, it is literally the first quarter. If they could figure out how to not just get blitzed in the first 15 minutes of this game, I think they're going to be in pretty good shape. It's just going to depend on who can punch who first in the mouth and get up 2 scores and see if they can hold on and whatnot. I picked Texas Tech. I don't know. Basically, you're trying to decide between if injury prone Darren Barton cannot turn the ball over or Dante Moore can't turn the ball over. What I keep going back to, Oregon kind of played two teams that are kind of like the light version of Texas Tech ish, at least defensively. Like Iowa and Dante Moore struggled hard against Iowa up until the end. And then Penn State kind of plays a similar style of athletes on defense, and they struggled hard in that game too for 3 quarters. So I don't know. I kind of like Texas Tech. I could see it going either way, though.
Wayne, come in. What do you got?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Oregon 2.5. I like Texas Tech. I'll, Texas Tech and Oregon might be the outside Ohio State, the two most complete teams, both defense, running and passing. Oregon's got the edge on Texas Tech on passing, but to Dudley's point, I think Oregon hasn't ran into a defense as good, but outside of Phil Parker's Iowa defense, but as good as Texas Tech. And I think Texas Tech will stuff them. I think Oregon also will stuff Texas Tech a little bit, but I think Tech wins by a touchdown. I just think they're more complete and have more firepower just overall than I think they have more to lose than Oregon as well, which I think is part of this playoffs. But I think I got Texas Tech by probably 7 points in this, so I'm gonna take Tech.
Well, and another thing too, Oregon's going to be playing a body clock 9 o'clock game for that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
going to be a little different too. They're going 3 time zones. It's kind of one of those in the regular season. You just blind bet Texas Tech with kind of that situation right there. You throw in Tech. Oh, we got a
I
call.
mean, well
You
the other
throw in
thing,
Tech's 11-2 this year against the spread. Just an absolute cover machine. You take away having no quarterback, no running back against Texas Tech. I mean, against ASU. a fully healthy ASU. They're undefeated. Nobody's really been close to them at all. So
Yeah.
kind of interesting to see what that'll be like.
Well, I mean, James Madison put up, what was it? How many against
Yeah,
34?
they put up enough, just
That's
enough to really frustrate Buys Dudley
to
that
really,
Saturday night.
it
Really
was
ruined my night.
34. Some of it was late, which I don't know, take it with a grain of salt, but also they scored the points, so they scored the points. But I don't know if James Madison is within 17. I think Tech would hold James Madison to nothing, and I think yeah, I just like Tech a lot in this game. I think they're one of my maybe mini whales. So
AG, any thoughts?
Nope.
What a gift. I'm glad that this isn't the New Year's Eve night game. Ohio State, Miami, that feels right for New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, you wake up. For me, it's 10 a.m. For you guys, it's 11 a.m. And we got a bias better showdown. I tend to agree with Dudley and Connor. I actually like Tech in this game. It reminds me a little bit of that Utah game earlier in the year where Utah's program and their physicality was hyped. It was a home game for Utah. It was a morning game. Big noon kickoff was there. And Dudley told us, watch out. Texas Tech's going to go there and show what they're made of. And they played very, very well. Also, in our predictions, everyone's championship game, both teams are still alive. I believe Winkleman and Dudley both have Texas Tech coming out of the top of the bracket. I actually had Oregon going all the way, but now I'm thinking Texas Tech takes care of them on Thursday morning. So moving on, we're going to go to a few other bowl games. I know we've talked about a couple of these. The Music City Bowl just happened today. Illinois got a big win over Tennessee. Dudley, looking at the screen, you weren't on the pod last time we talked through this. Do any of these other bowl games catch your eye?
Uh, I mean, USC TCU is kind of nice, so we're watching that right now. Nebraska, Utah. So I have that on kind of my stuff. I was blind hammering Utah. Super weird week. Wow, why are you just shanking that out of bounds? Really weird week for Utah
Like the
football.
Gerald Ford shot.
Super weird week for Utah football. Kyle Whittingham retires. In his statement says, I still want to coach, which means Utah pushed him out. He gets the Michigan job. Who knows how many guys he's going to bring over from Utah, which is going to be wild. As a Big 12 guy, can't really complain about it too
why
much.
does that mean Utah pushed him out? Because Kiffin said he still wants to coach, and Kiffin walked out.
Uh, they the way that he worded it in his press conference was definitely they pushed him out because it was Utah put out that he was retiring, and then he came out with a statement and said, "I am not retiring."
Oh.
So
Why would they force him out? Has he been on the
Yeah,
decline?
who are they going to get better than him?
oh, Utah fans, guys, if you thought Nebraska fans were delusional, they came in and thought that they were just going to dominate the Big 12 and have just kind of gotten thumped, not just by BYU, but by other teams. It's been amazing these 2 years. They just gotten completely humbled, dead last in basketball. And they're one of the bigger spenders in the Big 12 too for NIL and football.
I have heard Utah as a big spender.
So I think they were just kind of really pissed and decided it's time to move on from him. I do have one more, but if we go into my slide, I'll just wait till then.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, we're going to post the pod early. Obviously, a lot of people will be waking up early to watch Vandy and Iowa. It's still a 5.5-point line. We'll wait for AG's take on that one from Raymond James Stadium. Also, tomorrow, we've got Duke ASU and the Cheez-It Bowl between Texas and Michigan. I'll have a pick in that one coming up. And also, it looks like Nebraska Utah's tomorrow. So right now, as we're recording, USC TCU, what's the score? When I looked, it was a 1-point game. What's the score right now? TCU
21-14
USC.
USC.
21-14 USC. All right, we're going to jump into Bias Better CJ. Your slide, we already talked Oregon, Texas Tech. You gave us a little preview on Miami, Ohio State. I also had USC TCU on there. Obviously, a little late to give a line on that. But what everyone's looking at you for, Winkleman, for sure, is the FCS National Championship. It's in Nashville. That surprised me a little bit. So go into the
Yep.
change of scenery for the championship and then take us through the game.
Change from Frisco to Nashville, and two things. Hand up, Montana was a bad bet. One play ruined that. We already talked about it. But outside of that, I've been 90% win rate on FCS playoffs so far. I am 10.5 points. Give me Illinois State. They have a great
Oh,
defense. They got 26, 25 seniors on the team and a decent quarterback. They're the hottest team right now, playing with the most confidence. Montana State thinks they're just going to roll them, and I don't think it's going to happen. Montana State's good, but Illinois State's defense is that good. I'm taking Illinois State 10.5. There's no doubt in my mind about it either.
For our following, conceptualize if Illinois State pulls this off and wins the Natty, because I've been trying to follow it from afar. I don't think I even understand how big of an upset run this has been.
State in '83.
When there was a tweet, it was like someone put this in FBS terms when they beat NDSU, which NDSU looked almost unbeatable this year. And how good their defense is, their quarterback threw 5 interceptions that game. NDSU, the best team in the country, had like 6 first downs the whole game or something like that. It's like I don't even know how to put it. They're like a mid Big Ten team somehow winning the national championship against Georgia. That's what I would put it as.
So would you put it bigger than if Butler the year after Gordon Hayward left? Because Butler was a 5 seed with Gordon Hayward and made the Natty and lost to
And Matt
Duke.
Howard, yep, Sheldon
The
Mack.
year after, they were either an 8 or 9. I can't remember. And they made it back to the Natty and lost to UConn. Would it be like that big of a thing, like Butler winning the national championship in basketball?
If it was against NDSU, I would say yes, but the thing is like regular season NDSU is they were in their own bracket against everybody else, and somehow they lost to Illinois State. And then Montana State, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like Illinois State can beat them, but it wouldn't be that big. But it's big.
I just
What
feel
stadium
like
is this in?
I don't know what stadium it is. It's in
Well, like,
Nashville.
if it's at the Titans thing, that'll feel so dead. That place will be completely empty.
so. Did you watch the Illinois game today? Duds, wasn't that at the Titan Stadium?
Yeah, yeah.
Did that feel dead? I mean, Tennessee and Illinois are both big programs.
I believe the upper deck was completely empty.
Okay.
FCS travels, Montana State, diehards, Illinois State, first time. I don't know what their fans are going to be like, but it'll be probably heavy Montana
The
State fans wise.
let's not harp on this too much, but the other crazy thing is they've gone on the road to win all these games. It's been legitimate road games to get here.
They're good. Rittenhouse will light them up.
All right,
He's a
Dudley.
shooter.
I know
He's
you.
a
I
shooter.
know. Oh, for the love of God! I know you made this slide
Al Shahir.
like a week ago. Do you still like your picks on here, or are you starting to get regrets about Utah? Take us through what you got for your college.
Yeah,
football pick.
Utah, I'm just going to stick with it. Nebraska's just a dump show. Talked about Texas Tech, Navy, Cincinnati. This is what I want to get into.
Oh God.
You can listen to all these other podcasts and listen to them talk about the playoff, but how many people are going to give you a nice detailed pick on the best fucking bowl game on earth? And that's the Liberty Bowl. Memphis, Tennessee deserves a national championship game. I'm putting that out there right now. But Navy, so the worst thing to ever go against in a bowl game after you have your star quarterback transfer away, you're maybe one of the worst rush defenses in the country, is playing the Naval Academy in the triple option. I love Navy in this game. I am so excited to not do any work that last hour on Friday and just grind on this game. Best end zones in the country, the Liberty Bowl end zones. Again, Memphis, Tennessee, Central Barbecue, best thing ever. I wish Iowa State was back there again. But Navy, Cincinnati, I love Navy. And then the other big pick I got, TGL. I'm going to be your kind of go-to for TGL this year. We got the big rivalry of Boston and LA. You know, when you think of Boston, LA in sports, you think of the Celtics and the Lakers, and right behind them, you know, is the Boston Commons against whatever LA's TGL team is called. I like Boston. I'll do a more updated tweet later in the week, but yeah.
You think let's not get any skin on here, Quickleman.
Oh boy, Tom Brady.
Give a PG. Give a PG.
You think you're the TGL expert.
Go Frog. Ribbit.
Boston Common Golf, baby. I've been a fan since last year. TGL. You know why I like it? I figured out why I like it. You finally are watching golf and they show you every shot. Can you please just show us every shot in these majors and these big golf tournaments? That's what we're all asking for. Great segment this week. I love the Navy bet. Army running the triple option, killed it in their bowl game. I love the Navy bet. Ramzag, what do you got for us, sir?
All right. Well, I'll start with women's college basketball again this week. A bit of a sharp play for tomorrow. Iowa State plays Houston in women's. The Houston women's team has played one common opponent with the Iowa State Cyclones, and that is the Southern University Jaguars. Go Jags. Iowa State beat the Jaguars by 28, and Houston lost to the Southern University Jaguars. So
what's the line?
They did.
The line has not come out yet, but I'm assuming at some point tonight, 2 or 3 in the morning, if it's anywhere under 30, you would have to think to take the Cyclones there. But you're not going to find that anywhere else, except on my Twitter, probably in the morning. Then I like the Hawkeyes plus 5.5. Pavia and his mom have been out whoring around on the town.
Jesus.
So I would take the Hawkeyes plus 5.5. Phil Parker. LeVar Woods is gone. Sad to see that happen for the Hawkeyes, but luckily retained Phil Parker and Seth Wallace. And then, anyways, moving to the pros, I have a punishment. If the 49ers and the Jaguars meet in the Super Bowl, I will give myself turf toe at some point. So I will hold up my bargain because I do not believe at any time in the history this Jaguars team should make the Super Bowl after what I've seen out of them a few games. But the AFC is not near as good as the NFC, so it is possible. But
So, okay, clarify it one more time. What is your bet if the Jags make the Super Bowl?
if the 49ers and the Jaguars play each other in the Super Bowl, I will then try to give myself turf toe.
No, not try successfully.
I am an explosive specimen, but I don't know if I have that much to give myself turf toe.
We'll figure out a way.
I'm sure if Purdy can do it, I can do it. Anyways, I'll tweet out the rest of my picks, and whatever the Michigan men's basketball line is, just blindly take it until it fails you. They just absolutely beat the living piss out of people. And
Almost illegal.
maybe take them. They're still plus 325 to win the championship, I believe. So who knows? All right, that's all I got.
AG, I think you got a bad reputation. When we were picking these teams, we are going to follow at the beginning of the year, and you took Boston College, and quickly that thing was in the toilet. Little did we know, you may have picked the future NFC championship with the Rams and the 49ers and the future AFC championship with the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The guy he had them handicapped. He knew they were going to be good teams. It was just a miss. Boston College was just a huge miss, AG. All right, before I do my segment, we're going to play a little Who's That Playa? I'm gonna call out Dudley. He's a college basketball fan. I thought if you like college basketball, it may help you on this one. I know you're looking at your phone, Dudley. Any guesses? I've got an expert level on the left and I've got a beginner's level on the right.
The left is a Wolves guy. I want to say the McDaniel guy, but I do not think it is.
Who is it? Wait a minute. Who is it?
Rob Dillingham.
Where did he go to college? He had issues, didn't he?
Kentucky. He played with Reed Shepard on the right.
We had a common thread. These are college teammates. Would you have gotten Reed Shepard, Dudley?
No.
Both
Reed
great
Sh-
college players.
Yeah. I
So
remember Rob Dillingham. I just didn't
what?
know he played for the Wolves. I kind of figured he was
Well,
in China.
Doesn't really play for him.
doesn't play
He
from.
could be playing for Baylor here in a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I'm sorry, I thought we were going to record this last night. My bet already hit tonight. Boston at Utah, Celtics -7.5. I just looked up the score. They won 129 to 119. They won by 10.
Are you just betting the Jazz?
Bet either the Jazz overs or the Jazz not to cover. Tonight I took Boston, but if you would have taken the over hit as well. 129, 119. It's like all-star games. They play absolutely no defense, especially when the game's in Utah. Anyone comes in there and just absolutely puts it on the Jazz. One more note before I get into my picks. Looked up the championship game for the FCS. It is not at Nissan Stadium. Where could that game be played?
Is it at Vanderbilt?
It's at Vanderbilt Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
That'd be good.
That's on the 5th, I believe. I
Yeah.
looked up that it was on the January 5th, which feels
Yep.
like is that
Monday?
gonna be like Monday?
It is a Monday now.
Monday night,
Why did they change that?
6:30 p.m. your guys' time, Monday night,
Because
January 5th.
they didn't think Sunday. They thought Sunday they didn't get viewership up, so they changed it to Monday because there's literally nothing on Monday.
Are we worried about Illinois State players living it up the whole weekend in Nashville? These kids from Normal, Illinois, they haven't seen anything like that.
You ever seen
Bozeman's a
AG?
hopping town.
You ever seen Anthony Gallagher hit a golf ball 12 Coors deep? Hits it better than he has ever. That's like Illinois State players drinking.
Going through my picks quickly, I mean, week 18 in the NFL, it's kind of in shambles. I'm riding some favorites. Obviously, a huge game. Sunday Night Football, Ravens at Steelers. This may be recency bias, but I think DK Metcalf being out is huge. And I think Tomlin finally doesn't get it done. He only goes 8-9 this year. I think Rodgers does not have a heroic last game in him. I think he falters like he did so much with the Packers late in his Packer career in the playoffs. I think this is basically a playoff game, and I think he plays like crap. I think the Ravens run all over him and win that one. And then in college football, I'm with Dudley on Utah to cover against Nebraska. I like Arizona out in San Diego to cover 2.5 against SMU in the Holiday Bowl. And then this is a pick I really like. I kind of wish I would have waited with the Ruzek Financial. This dog is barking money. I like Michigan. Get that waste Sharon Moore out of here. I like Michigan. Money line against Texas. Give me it in the Cheez-It Bowl tomorrow. Give me the Michigan Wolverines football team. And then HJ and G Deuce could not make it tonight, but HJ, of course, is going to be riding her Indiana Hoosiers. And G Deuce, he likes Bears against the Lions to cover in week 18, 2.5. I think that might even be down to 1.5. And then the Packers Vikings over week 18, 37.5. Packers don't have a lot to play for. Probably won't be playing many of their starters. That one could go over. Anything you got for us here at the end, Ramzag?
Cut Kyron Williams.
Cut Kyron
Royce
Williams.
White for governor.
I'm going to stop sharing quick so we can make sure we can see all of our nice backgrounds. AG's got the flags. Dudley's got a little something going on there. So
it's our new office building.
Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next week after the college football playoff.